Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Welcome to the Reset Room. My name is Rhonda, and this is the Reset Room where we discuss all things career and life resets because they both inform one another and impact one another. Like if things are not going well, or if you're feeling feelings of something just doesn't quite feel right in careers and in your career life generally, something is potentially can be off and give you clues in your personal life. And so we're going to talk a lot about that today, thinking about the mindset and what is really required to make a change for 2026. In my community, mindset has been the struggle. And part of when I came to TikTok and wanted to start a community, it was really thinking about mindset shift and really change. And that, women struggle in that area, unfortunately. And, in a lot of different ways, right? So I see how that shows up being an HR person. I've been in HR for almost 20 years. I see that show up with women in at the hiring table. Like they'll ask for a lower starting salary than even maybe something that they were thinking about when sort of, I don't want to use the word confronted, but when they're actually in the middle of having that conversation. And then I also see it come up again when, if it's promotion time, it's performance evaluation time, and, downplaying the ask or settling for less than what they really felt that they deserved and even wanted. And so in thinking about 2026 and just really thinking about the world of work, because it has changed and it is continuing to change, and we are about to embark upon, I don't want to say, I've been saying AI revolution, and I really got to find a better set of words. Because I don't necessarily want to call it a revolution, but it will be, I don't think we have seen anything like what we will see in the world of work in decades, that we will see soon. And with the onset of AI, and I see it every day, as someone in my work, I'm a chief HR officer. So I'm, overseeing the strategy for the people in our organization. And then also I'm a chief operating officer. And so with that, I am overseeing the finances of the organization. So thinking about budgets, which we're about to move into our budget season, I'm thinking about all of that. Hey, Experience in 198, welcome in. I'm thinking about what technology or AI advances are out there. How can they potentially streamline what we do every day? Hey, Sylvan, welcome in. Hey, Mindset Warrior, welcome in. And really thinking about, the changes. As someone who oversees finances for an organization, people are our biggest expense. Hey, Mr. Regina, welcome in. People are our business biggest expense. Hey, Jaswanda, welcome in. Welcome to the Reset Room. Thank you for that, Heart Me. If you haven't joined here before, my name is Rhonda. I'm a career reset coach, is how I call myself on the platform. And came on the platform to really build community, one, and also to help, reset in terms of thinking about digital products, creating alternative revenue streams. AI is going to definitely change all of our jobs. No matter what our jobs are, there will be an impact and jobs are going to shrink. Happy New Year. And really came on the platform to want to educate and inform, hey Kalia, and get folks really interested and excited about doing this work, because that is truly the jobs and wealth of the future will be digital. And so if you're not in that digital wealth space, whether that's creating products, if you're on platforms like this, social content, affiliate marketing, that is where the wealth of this generation will be. And it's really what I feel like it is now. It's like crypto. Like when crypto first came on the scene, when it was selling for $2, nobody wanted it. Now it's selling for 110K. Everybody wants it and no one can afford it. So the time is just now. Exactly, Miss Georgina. Like the time is now. And like I said, and I work in HR. So like I'm looking at decisions. I'm already seeing like, so let me just give you all some information on sort of what's been happening sort of behind the scenes if you don't know yet. Well, the federal government has a payment system already in place. So let me go back even further. So this was probably October of 2024. Oprah did it. It was an ABC special that Oprah did with ABC. And it was called AI in the Future of Us. And it talked about basically just that. Like it talked about all the great all the great technology that we're going to have and all the new inventions and how AI is going to be great. And also, remember it back. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Deshaun, welcome in. And in that documentary, probably there were a couple of pivotal points, but the most pivotal point was when she's talking to Bill Gates and she talked to a lot of the developers of AI, all the folks that are behind the scenes tech and just showing all the great advances, which is awesome. And then she asked Bill, so what's going to happen to the average American? Like if our work is going to shrink? And he basically said that jobs will shrink from 5-day-a-week jobs to 3 days. And she's like, okay, well, and in theory, right, that sounds good. Like, hey, we're all going to be working 3 days a week. Well, no, because who going to pay us for the other 2 days? And this is where he said that the government will have to come in to supplement the income of Americans. Okay, now I don't know about you. First of all, like, how are they going to figure that out? All right, how much are we going to get paid? Are some of us that may make more, are we going to get like grandfathered out? Because there's like some benefits, like I live in New York City, and so our cost of living is higher, so our salaries are higher. There are a lot of benefits that come from the federal government that we're just not eligible for. And so basically that was sort of what he said. Well, let me tell you what I just learned. I just learned that the federal government has already built the payment system to pay Americans once AI truly shrinks the American workforce. You're right, Georgina, I don't trust them either. And that payment system is already built. How do I know that? One of my creator friends, who got laid off after her and her team built the system. They were federal contractors. They built the federal payment system that will supplement our income when AI shrinks all of our jobs. Exactly. It's like that is already in place. And then, so let me tell you, so I'm in New York. So let me tell you what else just happened in New York. And I was like, okay, now the government systems are preparing for this. Seriously. So I got a recent survey. Like I said, I'm in HR. In my job, I'm our chief HR officer, and I'm also our chief operating officer. So I got a survey. We get surveys all the time from the Department of Labor. I didn't think nothing of it. It was during the holidays. I was like, oh, I'll get to it whenever. So it was the 27th, and I was like, okay, it was quiet. Everyone's on vacation. I checked emails. I said, okay, let me do the survey. And normally these surveys are things like, what positions are you having trouble hiring for? What can we help you with? Oh, you're a New Yorker too? All right. Yay, Miss Georgina. My office is in Soho and I live in Westchester. But this survey was all about AI. And it was asking questions like, of course, headcount. How many full-time, how many part-timers do you have? You're going to make it to, where are you, Deshaun? You got to make it to the big city. But come in the summer, it's freezing here and it's cold. You don't want to be here in this time of year. And we're colder. We actually have had a couple bouts of snow. We haven't had snow in like 5 winters. And I have 20 months to retire till I leave New York. And that is basically the timing when we're going to really see the big culmination of job shrinkage from AI. And 20 months is not a long time. That's basically a year and a half. So I did, okay, St. Louis. Okay, so you got some cold weather out there too. So this survey asked about what AI apps are you currently using in your organization? What AI applications are you going to start using? Do you anticipate shrinkage of the job force? If so, how many people? And then it went on to ask a bunch of questions. And what the short the short part of it is they have created like 20 different programs to be able to assist employers. So one that I thought was a good program, but it was just so telling to be able to assist employers. So one that I thought was a good program, but it was just so telling that telling that if I didn't answer the first time, why did they hang up and call back? What is that? Um, but so basically it was like, so I'll tell you about this shared work program. So what it's basically saying, if I have somebody who works 40 hours a week, and if I shrink their job to 20, they would then try to find 20 hours of work for this employee at another organization. So they're asking us all these surveys. They want us to join all these webinars to get educated now in advance so that when we need to pull the trigger on and truly shrinking, our workforces, their programs are already set up. So the federal government, we already know is in place. Check. They have a payment system. Now, again, in New York, and I don't know if it's because, we're a bigger state and probably because there's 8 million people running around here. They're now trying to educate us employers to, hey, these are some programs out there that are going to be able to help your people. One, two, like, guess what? If they can find them work in other organizations and piecemeal it, which, there's only going to be so much work to go around. So I don't know how effective that would be. But even if if another employee could pick up hours at a different company, that reduces the amount of money they would have to collect on unemployment. And this was the third thing that happened in New York that just blew me away. So our unemployment rate has been $504 a week for at least probably the last 10 years. They just increased it from 504 to 869. And in theory, yes, that's great for people that aren't working, living in New York, the cost of living is high. But, I'm the person, I want to know, well, why? Because you're not just being generous, because citizens and residents, we've been asking for this for 10 years. So why now? And so I read the press release, which was, I feel like it's a little fooga booga. That's my word for, So the unemployment rate used to be $504 a week, which may be high for other parts of the country. I get that. This is New York. $504 a week, and it just went to $869. That is like a $365 weekly increase. And so, like I said, for me, it's great for citizens, but then I want to know why. So I read the press release, and I think, they just weren't smart in it. So they connected the federal government language into this press release because everybody's asking where'd the money come from, because there's bridges, there's roads that need repair. You all haven't done any of that, but you've got money to give folks that aren't working an additional $350 a week. Where'd the money come from? So what they said in the press release is that they repaid a loan to the federal government, and now they have that money available to increase unemployment. I don't believe that. This is what I believe. I believe, again, we're talking about the federal system is already in place. Hey, QD, already in place to supplement our income. And guess what? Federal dollars come through us. They funnel through the state. I believe that that's what that is. Exactly. And it's just mind blowing. And now, clearly, for the next year, the Department of Labor wants to educate employers on how to make sure that we can try to find additional work. Oh, QD, leveling up in the room. Trying to find work for our people. Listen, and so again, I do this work all the time. I'm in the career space. I'm researching all the time. And the AI advances are just taking over. And like even in my work, and I work at a nonprofit, we're pretty big though. There's like 350 employees. So I just went on a cruise, and I told this to some folks when I got off the cruise. We cleared immigration through an AI system. Did you hear me? Immigration, we cleared through an AI system. There used to be border control agents and booths. No, there were 4 computers. You walked up to it, similar to how I'm looking at you all on this live. You stood in front of it, it scanned your face, and then it flashed on the screen. Immigration cleared, you can leave. And so I was like, okay, so the federal government is entrusting immigration and citizenship clearance to an AI system. And then I got to thinking, well, what else are they using AI for? So, I'm a researcher. I went, got home, got settled, and got to researching. There are 1,700 different AI systems that the federal government is using. And then I looked at the one that stood out to me the most was the IRS, because I used to be an IRS tax preparer when they had a service center in Atlanta when I lived there. And so the jobs that we did, so 2,000 of us would work every tax season as tax preparers. That work is now being done by an AI system. And so we are seeing the shrinkage of work. And so then I take that, I couple that information, then I think about what I do for a living and in my work. So, I'm HR, so I'm the people. Hey, Angela, welcome in. And then I'm operations, so I'm overseeing the finances too. So I'm looking at, okay, facial recognition software. So in our lobby, we have 3 lobby attendants that sit there. If we had a facial recognition system that employees can walk up to, it recognize their face and it opens the door, I probably only need 1 lobby attendant, right? And these are the changes that are going to start happening because the technology is fast, it is advancing. I looked at some documentaries over the weekend from Japan. If you look at what AI in Japan is doing, they have, like, instead of Ubers, like not like Ubers and your DoorDash people, these are like robots. They're pretty big too. They kind of remind me of, I don't know if any of you are young enough or old enough to remember mailboxes that sit on the corner. You may even still have those in your area in New York City. Listen, we don't have none of that because they would be gone. Exactly, Angela. They look like boxes on wheels, and they're delivering food, medicine, even in hospitals, they're delivering supplies throughout the floor. They're delivering meals. Guess what? Those are jobs. I know if you've been in a hospital and you visited someone, you see someone pushing a cart of meals around. Well, AI systems and robots are doing that now. Exactly. We're going to start to see as early, I think I'm sort of projecting that companies are going to start announcing bigger layoffs like as early as probably April. And why do I say April? I say April. Hey, Ern with Esosa. That's a nice name. Why I say April. So, little business 101. So half the country, we're on fiscal year. Some are on a calendar year, fiscal year, which means they may have done layoffs in December. And a lot of layoffs happen at Christmas. And people are always like, oh my God, why do they lay off people the day after Christmas or December 29th or December 30th? It's because they're not want to take those expenses into the next year. And then the rest of the country, we're on July 1 fiscal year. So my company is a July 1 fiscal year. So we're starting to make budget decisions in February. So by April, we'll have all our decisions. We'll know if we're going to need to do layoffs, how many people, if we're going to implement some AI systems, what will that look like? What will that do to those folks? How many jobs will that potentially shrink? And that's sort of going to be the reality. And I'm just one person in one company in one city. This is happening all over the country. Like I'm talking to other HR peers that I know in other parts of, the country. And like, what are you all doing? And everyone's doing the same thing. And this is where we're going to start to see that job shrinkage. And so in this room, part of our resets, we have been talking about digital products for one. And this is something that just sort of blows my mind and it kind of saddens me at the same time. We've been creating digital products in this room. We've been workshopping them. And let me tell you, out of my entire community members, there were 5 members who were actually working on and designing their products. Just take a guess in the chat. Tell me how many of the 5 do you think actually finished their digital products? Just curious. Just take a wild guess. What do you think? This will be probably a little mind-blowing to or most of you, or maybe not. I see a 5, I see a 1. How about I'm gonna give you a big fat Zero. Nobody. And that is sort of like, that is the crux. Like, that's the problem. When I came to the platform, that was sort of it. People staying stuck. And, and for any number of reasons, like life be lifing. Right, Georgina, not one person finished their digital product. And I'm telling you, we were doing all the things. So we workshopped them. Like, we went through idea creation. Okay, we talked about ideas. We went through, fine tuning those ideas, telling them, okay, go out now and test it, make a piece of content, test the market and see if they're interested in your product. Make sure your language, with digital products, you're selling transformation. Make sure that the transformation is clear. I mean, we literally walk through every step and none of them are completed. And so that for me it's alarming and it's also scary. It's like, it is, you're so right, Georgina. It's the fear. It's so many blocks. Let me see if I can bring up this document I created, to your point about, where is it? Effects. Here we go. Cause you're so right. It's the blocks and there's so many of them. Where is this document I created? Okay, here it is. Okay, there it is. Let me try to, is it on my face, y'all? Oh, it is. Let me try to shrink it a little bit to it. Try to move it off my head. Okay. It's all of these things. Like, it is truly all of those things. Like, it is fear of failure. It's trying something new and not doing it. But if you're a new content creator, you came on this platform for the same reason. Like, I'm new. I've been content creating. I joined the platform July 30th. Didn't know what the heck I was doing, but I knew what I knew. I knew that AI was going to start taking over. I knew that I needed to do something to start and create general wealth. And I had created digital products in the past, so that part wasn't new to me. But the content world, all of this, learning TikTok. And because I was a doom scroller, like forever, I decided, okay, well, I can go on TikTok because at least I understand the platform, because I've been doom scrolling since the pandemic, probably with everybody else. And I spent 3 months learning it, just learning how to be a good content creator, how to master content, got some viral videos out there, got into the Creator Rewards program, sort of did exactly. We were all doom scrollers. And then though, I decided, okay, no, I need to get on the money side of TikTok. And so I've been live hosting 2 months. And so I came here with two different sort of goals. Like, one was to build a community, and again, to support women specifically, but everything that I teach, anyone can use. But women specifically, I've seen that just don't have that confidence. Like, they lack the confidence when it comes to asking for money, especially. Even when they're about to get hired, I've seen women shrink and ask for lower money, and I'm even at the negotiation table and I'm like, that's too low, trying to coach them in the moment. And definitely when it comes time to like ask for a raise or a promotion, shrinking or reducing the ask, again, out of fear of like the no. And so that was one of the main reasons, hey, the Cave family, welcome in, why I came on the platform, to want to just help women get more confident in making those asks. And then also to begin to teach them and educate about the digital wealth and digital products and the digital world, like content creating. Like, this isn't just a fad thing. This is business. This is truly the business side of TikTok. And so for me, that was one thing, to build community. And the other was really to position myself, and which is why I focused the first 3 months on growing, my followers from 250 to 10K. Okay, let me grab that, Georgina. That's something I struggle with because I didn't know how to salary negotiate. And I don't know that any of us really do initially. Like, for me, the first time I asked for what I felt I deserved, was like 1999. And here's the story. I had just moved to Atlanta. I was working for a company. I had been there about 6 months, and, me and the CEO was talking because that's who I reported to. And he was the owner. So it was a founder-led company. And he said something like, you're my most valuable player. And, we were just having this whole conversation. It was just, and then I wasn't like super excited or even touched by what he said. I was just like, really? And, he wasn't expecting that kind of response. And so he said, well, like, why is that the reaction? And I was like, well, because for one, like I was an operations manager, so I'm seeing the finances, so I know the salaries of everybody. And I says, okay, if it's true, like if I'm your most valuable player, then why am I also your lowest paid manager? Like, explain that. And I just let silence do its work. I didn't say anything. And we let the awkward silence sit there because I needed that to resonate with him, that like your words aren't aligning with your actions. Exactly. Exactly, cutie. Hey, mommy version, welcome in. Absolutely. Like this isn't the math. Like I say, the math ain't mathing. And he said, you know what? You're right. And, he said, and I need to make this right. And he did. But from that day to this one, like I've never had a problem asking for money. Like I'm working on a proposal right now to ask my boss for a $40,000 bonus. And that's not a raise, y'all. This is a bonus. So getting back to digital, like I said, the digital project, some members of my community still haven't created them. And so here's some things. I'm going to review some things that you can do and start thinking about that you can do. You can, hey, Miss Matthew, you can take some knowledge that you have in your head and package it into an offering. So I'll give you two different examples of that. So one, I built a management course to train managers, probably 7 years ago. Thank you. About 7 years ago, and trained all the managers. At that time, we were about 60 or 70 managers. Happy Sunday. Have you all connected with Miss Matthew? Let me just pin her for a second. Miss Matthew is an amazing content creator and live host on the platform. She's a GQ recruiter. She recruited me on her team. I'm a GQ live host as our live host agency, and she is just an amazing teacher, recruiter. If you haven't checked her out, please connect with her. You can learn. She's a teacher too. She's a math teacher. Get her name, Miss Matthew. Isn't that cute? But you will learn so much. And like the first 3 months on the platform, that's all I did. I spent time in rooms learning how to do the business side of TikTok. So definitely connect with her. But yeah, so with that management course, so I packaged, again, I created the course, trained all of our managers. One of my boss's colleagues had heard about how great the training was and asked him if I would come to DC, which, is a train right away from New York. It's nowhere. It's like 3 hours. Would I come to DC to train? Miss Matthew! Thank you so much for that under the sea. So he asked me, he asked if I would come and train. And then I had to pause for a second. I was like, well, wait a minute. And so this is what I thought. Well, if another CEO had heard about it, guess what? I can package this and sell it to other CEOs. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. I can package this to other people, other CEOs, other leaders, other companies. So then I said to my boss, okay, I'm definitely fine with going to teach it, but I need the program to be mine. I created it. I need to own it. I need to invoice his company for the training. I'll take my PTO days off here from work, but it needs to be mine. So that was my first corporate offer that I built here in New York City. And I want all of you to start thinking about that too. What knowledge do you have in your head that you can package into an offering? And right now I do that. I do the training virtually. If folks want me to get a plane or a train, guess what? The price ain't the same. But this is direction where the work world is going. Miss Matthew, I don't know if you've seen in California, but the AI advances and changes that are coming in ed. I have a teacher friend who is in Dubai. And of course, like Dubai has a lot of money, so they're not going to be sort of like equally comparable probably to the US. But she's a teacher. And so she's moving to a new school in the fall that's a digital school. So Ms. Matthew, they're not even called teachers anymore. They're called learning coaches. and how the system is set up. Kids are at a computer, and the AI system is actually going through the lesson plans and teaching them the lesson plans. So like in the physical classroom, like, and the teachers aren't in the room. The learning coaches, let me say it differently. The learning coaches aren't in the room. So what happens, like if, like in a regular classroom, you raise a hand. So it's going to be just like on Zoom. If you're on a Zoom call, you raise the hand button. Raise the hand button. It messages one of the teacher learning coaches. They come on the screen and literally coach the student through their question or re-explaining the material. That is wild. And she is so excited. She's like, it's a state-of-the-art facility. Most of the time, they're not even in the school. They're remote because, again, they're only interacting with students when they, raise their hand. But this is an AI system that is truly delivering all of the curriculum. And I'm sure a lot of that probably hasn't trickled into the States yet, but this is what's coming. Like Japan is so far ahead. Dubai is just because, they got more money than God, for God's sake. And yeah, they've put all these things in place. So none of us are going to be impacted. So get into this digital wealth world, whether it's TikTok. If you're on here just doom scrolling, come on over to the money side. I've just started a second account on TikTok that I'm going to do TikTok shop because Miss Matthew run up a bag on that shop. And I am too. I think I'm probably around 500 friends, so I'm halfway there. But listen, you're going to see me all over the money. There's a lot of money to be made on the TikTok shop. And I still want to come here on this account to build the community and to do this work, to like talk about confidence, getting us to actually take some action. And it's coming. It's coming. Like none of us can run from it. And even in my work, so we're in a nonprofit. And so, most of the folks think that, yes, Miss Matthew, I can't wait to get over there. I got so many products in my house. I just need the button. I can make content right away. I got all the samples right here. And that's what I'm going to do, Miss Matthew. I'm going to spend like Saturdays and Sunday batching all the content because I know you got to crank out a lot of videos on the shop side. But because I'll be at my 1K, I can start slow. But I probably got 30 products here in my house, y'all. I'm ready to do this. But yeah, so the TikTok shop. And I'm still going to have this page to go live to still build my community. But over there, y'all, that's gonna be the real money side of TikTok. So think about all these things. Think about TikTok shop. Think about what knowledge you have in your head that you can package into an offering, whether it can be a digital product, whether it's a course, and easy ways to market it. So like that course, I market it on LinkedIn because that's where all the business folks hang out. And I'm selling that to other companies, other CEOs, other training directors, other HR people. To deliver that training I'm working on right now, y'all, for AI strategy. And that one I'm going to teach here to folks. I'm really teaching. I'm going to start this next week in my lives, teaching the skills that AI can't replace so that folks can begin to just get stronger, strengthen those skills. If you have them, you can record them all in Pilot and save them. And at 5K post. Oh, that is a great idea. See, y'all, listen, Miss Matthew is coaching me on the live. You better connect with her and get in her live. She's on the West Coast. So I have creator coaches on both on both sides of the country. So for me, it was awesome because I could, during the daytime, in between work, y'all, because most folks is on TikTok when they working. And get some education, and then in the evening and nighttime here, hey VNA, thank you for joining. And then in the evening, I would catch up with my West Coast creators and continue learning. And you just seen, she just coached me right here live, and that is so perfect and a great idea. Because like I said, I probably have 30 products because I use all the stuff that I buy. But get on this digital side, start thinking about digital products. And think about the beauty of that. You make it one time and you just sell it over and over and over. If you go live, you can, you give away a free teaser, which is what I'm teaching folks, even in my community. Create a free teaser, whatever that is. So like in mine, I have, it's called a free career reset bundle. So there's interview tips in there. There's tips in there on how to get promoted. There's an outline of my actual course on career resetting. There is also what is a digital product? There's a digital product item in there. So you want to create a free teaser. And just to get folks, because guess what always happens, folks, they grab the free teaser and then they start looking at other things like consultations. I offer consultations. I had 2 consultations right before I came on live today. So this is where the world is moving. Start creating and start thinking and grabbing hold of this digital wealth, folks. And it's all about mindset. Like looking back at this image that me and Chat created. That Chat, I tell you, that is the best $20 a month assistant I have ever had in my life. But these are the real, and like I was talking about, like people in my community, and particularly women, often stay stuck. And a lot of it is just life stuff. Like life can just shake our confidence. You know, it beats you down. Hey, G Amazing, welcome in. You know, it can just take us on a ride and we feel like defeated in a lot of ways, or if not defeated, deflated. And we stay there often, you know, way too long. And so it's like fear of failure, you know, fear of judgment. Like, what are they going to think? Like, I didn't tell any of my family that I was coming on TikTok. Some of them came in the room and was like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Hey, Ben, welcome in. And I'm like, no, what are you doing here? This is my business. Get out of here. Like the judgment. Like, I don't want the judgment. I don't need the talk and all of that. You know, and most of them think everybody on TikTok that we over here just dancing. You know, and fear of uncertainty. Like, and I've just never really been that person. And I think it grew, like life teaches us, you know, all the time. And for me, I think, I'll tell you this quick story time where it really came for me, that I've always been a go-getter. And it's because my mom was a stay-at-home mom till I was like 13. And so, and of course, as a kid, you love that. Like she was always home doing all the things. She's, you know, cooking and baking and sewing. She made my clothes, literally, y'all, all of my outfits till I think I was about 9. She was sewing, and like a beautiful seamstress. She made all my prom gowns for prom. Like she was a stay-at-home mom. She loved doing that. And I loved it, but I knew that wasn't what I wanted for me in my life. And it really hit home for me. I think I was about 10 or 11, and I came home and I said something like, I decided I want to be a psychiatrist. What do you think about that? And she looked at me and said, I don't know, but I'm over here baking this cake. You want to come over here? And, you know, that just said to me that I knew then that, okay, I'm going to have to do a lot of my own legwork to chart the course that I'm looking for and what I want for my life. And again, not taking anything from that. That's what she valued. She valued being a homemaker and providing, you know, a wonderful home for her family. And that was great. And I love that, all that for her. But I know that wasn't the life for me. And so I just always like strived. And so it just, it pains me. Like when I see people that are stuck. My cousin is in a job that she hates. Like she has called me crying in tears, but she won't leave. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? Listen, and I'm about to text her this image on the screen. Yeah, she about to get it because I need her to look at that pink circle and tell her which side of this image is she going to pick for 2026. Like playtime is over. It is time. Like we don't have to live in misery. Like we don't have to live in misery. If we want our life to change, we have to change our mind. And if you're scared, like I got some content out there. If you're scared, do it anyway. I don't know how to swim because there's a fear there. So a family member drowned, and it's not even my water trauma, which is really interesting how fear works. But a friend of mine who could swim drowned when I was a teenager. I've been terrified of the water. But guess who is getting on a plane in February? I'm going to Kansas City. Not sure if you all know the creator, PC Swimming, but she's a swim coach and swim instructor here on TikTok. I am taking vacation and going a week to Kansas City to learn to swim. It's like, do it scared. You're scared, do it anyway. You're nervous, do it anyway. Miss Matthew, you either? Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish the timing wasn't so close to Live Fest, Miss Matthew, because you could come, pardon me, and join us. But it is, and it's that fear. And I'm like, no. Thank you. It's funny, so funny. I met my goal. Okay. But yeah, we've got to get stuck. And this is why I titled today like mindset reset. We have got to let go of the fears, getting unstuck. And this community is there. I know you did, Jess. Listen, y'all, this is who I was talking about. I said, why do people call you? And then when you decline, they call back. Because I was on live, girl. I was here. This is my TikTok daughter, y'all. And then let's talk about do it scared. Just put purple hearts in the chat. I just want to, okay, I'll grab this comment you put here. I just want to tell this brief story about Jess. It was my third live. And I was scared. The first one, oh my God, I was sweating listen, on my first live, y'all, it was only 14 minutes. I came on live. I ended up in a battle and I won. All in 14 minutes. I was sweating like crazy. So on my third live, I was co-hosting a conversation with another creator. And I had some viral videos at that point. So I was, talking to her community about hooks and just how to create good content. She was also teaching about niching because she had changed her niche a couple times and talking to my community about if you need to do that, how to do that. Jess Mom came into my room and said that she had gone live twice and no one was in her room and she was quitting. And we were like, oh, no, not today, you're not. We ended the live and me and PC Swimming that I was just talking about, because she understands that fear and that, I could talk about fear. We ended that live so that she could go live and we sat in her room and listen, she was killing it. So initially, to make her feel more comfortable, I came up in the box so I could talk to her so she could be talking, physically to someone. Listen, at some point I put myself on mute and was not talking to her anymore. And she was still talking. And she was killing it. And she's just going on and on and on. And then maybe about 5-10 minutes later, she realized, I guess, that I wasn't talking back. And she's like, Miss Rhonda, are you still here? I came off mute and I was like, I'm still here, but you don't need me. You got this. Listen, since then, she's always on live. Every time I look up, I see her light is on. Okay. She is always on live. She is doing everything. She is preaching the word of God on live. She is working out on live. She is doing all the things. She is a mom. She is doing all the things on live. She has so many viral videos. And just to think that she came into my room that day and I didn't know her. None of us knew her. But again, and you're right, Cutie, the power of community. We were like, oh no, you can't quit. There's no quitting. And for me, that was the impact. Like, that's what I came on the platform to do. To have impact. And she has been killing it ever since. But listen, baby girl, once I end this live, I'm gonna call you back. We were talking about, again, just changing that mindset and stop staying stuck, people. So again, think about it. If you have those ideas, on Tuesdays is when, and I'm in my lives at 7. So I go live Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. On Tuesdays is when we're working through, it's our Take Action Tuesday. So we're working through our digital products. We're working through packaging offerings. And then I'll share another story. My daughter. So during the pandemic, she was working with a company that just weren't really taking health precautions seriously. And so she was like, Mom, I'm going to quit because I don't think I may not live through this, pandemic if, because the company isn't taking it seriously. And she had no plan. And so, she quit, didn't have a plan. She had like a vegan Instagram page. She said, okay, well, maybe I'll start, taking that seriously and doing that. So she was kind of tinkering around with that, playing with that. And, during the pandemic, everyone was, we were all stuck in the house for 3 months. So they were cleaning out closets and just reorganizing and doing all the things in our houses because we couldn't go anywhere. And because she wasn't working, like all of her friends, would be like their moms and stuff. Hey, can Jazz come over and help me do this? Can Jazz come over? Long story short, that propelled her into, she is now a professional organizer and has been doing that for the last 5 years. And she's based in Atlanta. She has high-end clients. Actually, Miss Matthew, she just flew out to Hollywood. She has a celebrity client that I can't name because we had to sign an NDA. But yeah, and that is a thriving business and career. And it was something, she's always been creative, but she's never, like, first of all, as a teenager, her room was a hot mess. So I never thought that she'd be a professional organizer. Okay. But to see her now, yeah, 5 years later, she's a professional organizer. She's in Atlanta. She has a lot of high end clients, a lot of celebrity clients. Oh, Miss Matthew, why do you get so hot when you're doing live? It's like, I'm sweating. I'm over here sweating. But yeah, and so again, she took something that she didn't even know, and this is like the power of just stepping out on faith. Something that she didn't even know she was good at. She was just helping out, her friends' moms, because she had free time. She wasn't working, and morphed. Hey, Michelle, welcome in, and it morphed into a full blown business for her. Thank you, Michelle. And the time is now, folks. AI is taking over and it's impacting all of our jobs. And, even I got to have this conversation with my boss when we get back, because he and I think a lot of our leaders thinks because we're a nonprofit and we work with humans. Happy Sunday, Michelle. We are talking about changing our mindsets for 2026 so that we can get some of this digital wealth that's out here. And kind of I've always been able to kind of, again, I think it goes back to being a child, like having to figure things out sort of, at least professionally, on my own. Like if I knew that I wanted that blue prom dress, mom was all on it, but I want to be a psychiatrist. She was like, girl, I don't know, go talk to somebody else. But what I see is going to happen even with nonprofit. I think people think we're safe because we work with humans. And of course, like a human, can't do therapy, for example, with another human. Hey, Shelby Lynn, welcome in. Happy Sunday. But what I think is going to happen is because the federal government is going to have to supplement the income for Americans, that federal grant dollars for social services is going to shrink. It's going to shrink. And so, we're a company of 350 right now. I could easily see us in a year from now being half of that. And that's just real. And so no one's even exempt. Like even in my work, I'm seeing it. So I have big titles, which I'm not a titles person, but I'll tell you just to demonstrate. So my title is Chief People and Operating Officer. So I'm our Chief People Officer, and then I'm our Chief Operating Officer. And my boss, he put them two jobs together. So he getting a steal for me, out of me, okay? Because I'm doing two jobs for the price of one. But he pays me well. Don't get it twisted. But even with big titles, they're shrinking too already. So I'm seeing now there's a lot of terms out there. They're called fractional HR, fractional COO, fractional COO. Oh, okay, Shelby. I am a chief people officer, which is basically HR, chief HR officer, and I'm also our chief operating officer. So for my company, the people, all the people strategy reports to me, but then finance also reports to me. So we're talking about AI. And so thank you all. Oh my gosh. Well, I wasn't even, look, I'm not. Oh, wait, doesn't it reset now? I think they said our goals reset automatically or something like that. Oh, I guess not, huh? Okay, it says nope, it told me to update it. But yeah, so that's what I do in my day job. Wait, it said to update and it didn't let me. Okay. Or is it me? Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Wait a second. This is too much. Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, so I am looking at, I'm looking at our people. I'm looking at dollars. I'm looking at, I was sharing the example that just talking about like our front desk agents. We have like 3 lobby attendants. It's a big building. We have 350 employees. On an average day, we could have 2,000 clients coming in and out of the building. So there's 3 folks that sit in the lobby now. Well, if there was a facial recognition software, most of us are employees, right? And even the clients, like if they're facial recognition, they could walk up to the door because this is all that they're scanning for. Make sure their ID is in the system and the door opens and they walk in. Well, instead of having a human do that, a system could do that. And when I cleared customs coming off of a cruise ship, and I was like, well, I know that we can do this in my building. So these are like the decisions that companies are going to start to make. So for those of us that are in the working world, we're going to keep our 9 to 5s for as long as they are, and we're going to do all that. But we're also going to be thinking about alternate revenue streams and creating more revenue streams. So TikTok is one of those things. Yeah, that's right. Everything it is, it's going to be automated. And like I said, I just zone out. I get on YT. Oh, see, I almost slipped. I get on YT and I look at Japan, because Japan, I think, is the most advanced. Japan and China, but China definitely second to Japan. But they have like robots that deliver, that are like your DoorDash and Uber Eats delivery folks. They're robots. There are robots that are delivering medicines, food, you name it. And one thing I saw, like, it's just so many changes. There are stores in Japan that the robots are cashiers. There are no humans in the store at all. Exactly. And this is just the world. And like, you can, in a lot of stores there too, you can walk in, you purchase things and walk out. You don't scan a card, you don't do anything. And we have a couple of those in New York City here. They're called Amazon Go stores. So you walk in, you have to be a Prime customer, but you walk in, you scan your, there's a barcode for Amazon Prime. You scan that, you grab all your things and you walk right out, and it automatically scans your card. You don't touch a cashier, you don't swipe, you don't do any of those things. Yeah, I mean, they have really been so far advanced, but the AI, and listen, they are over there creating AI people. Now that's where I feel like that feels like it's going just a bit too far. Folks gonna be falling in love with the AI dolls. Because with all the good, there's some crazy, and yeah, it's gonna be a little wild. Yeah, they're going too far with that, but they are so human-like. They showed on one documentary I watched over the weekend where this AI person is teaching a university class. The students knew that it was, but to watch the interaction, you couldn't tell that was not a human teaching the class. Yeah, it's weird. And we lag behind, but it's coming. So we just want to get focused on, listen, we want to create general wealth for our family. Like, we want generational wealth. We don't want to be stuck out there. We don't want to be waiting. We don't want to be waiting to see what the government is going to do for us. Not me. I know that I don't, which is why I'm here on this platform to do that. TikTok Shop going live. And for me, building a community. And I just started and moved into the world of brand deals. I got to show you all my media kit. And just, it's a little shameless self-promotion. Let me take this image down. We're definitely going to spend some more time on it tomorrow. And because tomorrow is Mindset Monday in my live. Let's see. Okay, there we go. In my live, we're going to definitely talk about it more in Mindset Monday because we have got to make a change. But it's pretty, but that's not even what I want to show you. It's just about the impact and the reach. And part of what I spent 3 months learning the content creation part of TikTok so that I could position my page and niching down. Like, I am niched down like nobody's business. So that I could be attractive to brands. So here is my brand kit. Do y'all see how pretty she is? Not the person, because she cute too though, but you know what I'm saying. But my niche is real clear, like it's women in business. So I have a little blurb about myself, and then these are the stats. So because I spent those first 3 months focusing solely on content, I just got to show you the impact. So right now I have 14K followers, but check this out. My average reach, 855K. That is views, likes, shares, comments, and reposts. And so for me, this is the This is the result of the work I put in to position myself for brand. So even when you take out views, right? Because, that's sort of what it is. So, but my engagement rate is 82K. So that still is 82,000 people that have liked, commented, shared, or reposted on my content. That is positioning. I'm trying to get all the revenue streams, okay? But but being brand deals is one of them. I actually applied for my first 4 actually on New Year's Eve because I'm in a program, and the manager of the program dropped like, hey, these brand deal, they were UGC, which is perfect because you're making content, you're basically making commercials, and the content doesn't have to live on your page. And there were 4. So there was one for coffee, and that was so perfect because I did a shoppable content on coffee on my page. So it was great because I could reference them to, hey, look, check out this content here and see how I did that. One was for, what was the other one? Oh, planner. Come on. My life is busy. I still consult on my own. I still have my 9 to 5. I'm still doing TikTok. Now I'm trying to get brand deals. And so one was for a planner. So yeah, I use planners all day. One was actually for Zepbound because I'm on a GLP-1 journey. So that was one, and that's the medication that I take. And the other ones were for what, y'all guess? AI tools. And I really beefed up. I probably worked harder on those proposals than I did any others because I want to be on the ground floor. Like I want to be, no, these were just, you can just Google UGC creator programs, creator networks. Yeah. So no, these are off the platform. I haven't even gone actually into the platform and set up my creator marketplace, but I'm going to do that tomorrow because it's going to be a slow day at work. Yeah, most of our team, like no one comes back to work on a Monday, so it'll be kind of quiet. But yeah, but no, Michelle, I'm going to do that in the platform because if you don't know, there's the creator marketplace in the TikTok platform where you can do that too, where you can set up your profile to get brand deals and brands will reach out to you directly through TikTok. So definitely do that as well. There's so many ways to monetize on this platform, y'all. So we just got to get busy and do it and acquire it. So no, but yeah, so like I said, I applied for those 4 brand deals. And then this was so exciting that I did that. I went on the platform, I created my profile, I applied for those. It ended up being 5 because there were 2 AI tools campaigns. And then the very next day, I got an email from a doctor about a campaign that I did not apply for. So she had saw my profile, and I'll just read a little bit of the email and just show you this, just the potential. And this is really what I want folks to see. So and I'll just read the first sentence because this is truly, if you're not doing this on your profiles and on your pages, make sure you do. She says, hello, Rhonda. I've been looking at the content you have created, and I'm impressed by how you are your authentic self. And that's TikTok. So she's a doctor in Australia, y'all. Like, in what world would I have reached a doctor in Australia? And she has created an app to help women manage their healthcare, because what she has found and what we know to be true, as women and moms and wives, we're focusing on the healthcare of the kids and the husbands and everyone else, and we put ourselves last on that list. So then I looked at the long email she sent me, and I responded to her. And then I go into apply for the campaign. I just want to show you all just the budget range for this. Can you see that? The budget range, $500 to $10,000. Do you hear me? Did you hear me? This is what I'm talking. And this is one that, again, I did not exactly VNA. Like, yes, listen, I'm going to be all over. All over this digital wealth world, because the money is out there, folks. It is out there to be made and to be had. And so with learning how to do the brand deals part of it, I actually joined a program. So this is going to definitely be Let me see. Effects. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, so let me move that out of the way. You may have seen this on the internet before, but the program that I joined is called the Creator Empire Academy. And it is a wealth of knowledge and information. So it was created by a creator. I am actually an affiliate. I'm selling it as an affiliate. So let me just tell you about this program and just how massive and powerful it is. Hey, Carnita, welcome in. So in the program, these are the things you'll learn. You'll learn TikTok domination, how to master all 12 of the revenue streams on TikTok. You will learn to be able to create AI twins. Now, I use a lot of AI twins for photos, but in the program, you'll learn how to animate them so your AI twin can actually produce content for you, y'all. Produce content. And teach courses. So if you want to do a digital course, like I have a digital course, it took hours for me to record those videos because, you misspeak a word, you've got to stop and back up and re-record. With an AI twin, you don't have to. You type in the script and the AI twin, it's animated. So it can actually teach courses for you. Brand deals. So that's where I've learned how to do my media kit. We have access to inbound and outbound brand deals and UGC. So we've got direct connections to people. Like I said, this platform that I went on where I created my profile, where this doctor reached out to me. There's a digital product playbook. Thank you, Carnita. What was that? Was that a snowman? What was that? Let me see. Did I catch? Oh, the confetti bear. Thank you, Carnita. Listen. See, I'm touching my stickers. Look, y'all, I just learned how to do the stickers thing yesterday. So how you can learn how to create digital products. If you truly want to do it from start to finish, how to do it, you learn how to do that there. And also how to do all of these things on the other platforms. So I'm just starting here with TikTok. I have a virtual assistant. I sent her all my logins for the YBs, IG, and FB and said, okay, I need you to go over there and add to my profiles that I'm an affiliate for this program. So this program, let me tell you how you can use it. You can learn it and just apply it for yourself. So if you want to learn brand deals, you get in there, you learn the brand deals, you execute them like I did. You execute. That's one way. And you make money. You can learn it to teach it. So if you go live, a lot of people I've talked to, new creators, I don't know what to say on my lives. There's built-in curriculums in there. He is always trying to battle me. And I always say, no, why does he keep coming back? What the heck? Don't you know we teach it over here? Okay. You can learn it to teach it. If you want to go live, you don't know what to talk about, there's built-in curriculums in there. You can learn it to actually, there are 60 done for you digital products already done in there that you can simply take off the logo, rebrand them as your own, put them on your store and start selling them today. Or you can do me. So listen, this is how I am. Like I need the biggest financial gain for the least amount of work. So I'm an affiliate for the program. So I'm selling the entire program and y'all, 70% commission. You could sell one a week and I won't make that much money going live. If I went live, I ain't a live pro, so I'm not but I can sell one enrollment and help someone to do this, what I'm doing, and make that much money in a week. Like it's insane. So I have it up here today because the Christmas special actually ends today. I introduced it Friday to folks. The Christmas sale actually ends today. The program is regularly priced at $8.99. Today, there's a $200 discount, and it is the last day of it. So, Jess, I'm going to call you when we hang up so we can get you going. But yeah, to get into this program, it is truly the path to digital wealth. So if you're interested, you can tap on my picture. You will see my link in my Stan store. You can go through that. And if you're interested, the code, all right, but got to go to worship. I understand. Oh yeah, definitely be in there. Listen, I will be promoting this at the end of every live. I want people to get in on this digital wealth movement. To me, this feels like, let me give everybody the code in case someone has to leave. The discount code is Christmas 2025, all one word, and the sale ends tonight. But this feels like the time that we're in right now feels like when crypto came on the scene, everyone was scared. Nobody did it. Crypto was selling for like 12 cents. Now the crypto is selling for 110K. Everybody want in and can't nobody afford it. We can't miss this train. I'm not going to miss this train. And I want, all of you, those that want to come along, to come along. Digital wealth is the wave of the future. And just Google, do your own research. Google what jobs and careers will outlive AI. You will see things like digital products, digital income, affiliate marketing, doing anything in a virtual space. And we all have specialties, right? You can be doing consultations. I had 2 consultations before I came on the live today. There's money to be made. We all have a specialty. We all have knowledge that we can package into an offering, and we have got to get it. So you are going to be hearing me talking about this. Hi, Raise World. Welcome in. You will be hearing me talking about getting this digital wealth and creating our digital products. And again, getting this money. Like I said, I had 2 consultations today before I even came on the live today. That's money. And we all have something. There's something that everyone in this chat that someone always comes to you for. That's something that you can package into a digital product. That's something that if they want to, talk you through, they want to have a consultation. They want to, can I talk to you? Oh, you sure can. Go ahead and tap on my link, book that consultation, pay for it, and then we can talk. Absolutely. There is so much money to be made on this platform. So I want everybody to, again, just stay focused on that. I'm going to keep talking about this in my lives because I don't want any of my community to be left behind. Good to see you too. I do not want any of us left behind. And if it's not for you, I understand. Oh, I got a puzzle piece. That always happens when you do the green screen things. I don't want anybody left behind, but if it's not for you, I'm okay with that too. Guess what? I'm okay. You can just cheer me on from the sidelines. I'm like, yes, because I'm doing it. I have no choice. And I have some whys. My immediate why, my youngest, she is 34. She's a professional organizer. She wants to buy her first home in May, and she has a car loan. And so my first why right now is to sell my booty off to pay off that car for her because I don't want her to be house poor. And so that's my first why. And my second why, QD, if she's still here, QD is a realtor in North Carolina, which is my retirement state, that I am out of New York in 20 months. And the other is my home. I'm want to have a significant 6 figures worth of down payments on the home, on my retirement home in, North Carolina. I'm this cold. Oh my gosh. I went home for Christmas and came home with my grandbaby's cooties. But yes, so that is actually going to be the end of my live. I'm going to keep talking about creating digital products and digital wealth. Yes, multiple homes. Absolutely. Because my girlfriend in Dubai, we're already talking about getting an apartment over there. Absolutely. Getting an apartment over there to Airbnb. So yeah, I'm doing all the things. I am 58, y'all. I ain't got no time to waste. I know I don't look a day over 40 though. I know. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for your time, your TAPSs, for your love and support of me and the live. Keep coming back. I say this at the end of my lives. I hope I've said something that have sparked a thought, maybe energized you just a little, maybe move that needle just a little to get you towards action. And even if you aren't taking action today, it is okay. Just keep coming back because guess what? Confidence and courage comes with action. So just showing up here and hearing it, you'll take baby steps and you will do it. Thank you, Miss Georgina. And that for me, that's what that's the impact. I just want to be able to help because, I'm going to do y'all, and y'all can watch and it's cool. Or I want y'all to come with me. Thank you all. I will definitely be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. I go live Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And other than that, I be running around these TikTok streets. So you will see me. And Jess, I'm about to call you. Have a good night, everybody.